Would stop moving when it first took hold. Was a one straight night at the Old Town Hall.
1974 gave us hit songs from artists we never heard from again. Some vanished by choice, others just vanished. These tracks weren't underground gems, they were everywhere. Radio anthems, chart climbers, and then nothing. Some were disco-drenched, others were straight-up strange. One of them was written by a nun. Stick around, because a few of these will trigger nostalgia, and a couple might just make you say, wait, what?
Hey, did you rock and roll, rock on, ooh, my soul.
Number 2, Rock On by David Essex. A song that sounded like it came from a ghost. Rock On crept onto the charts in 1974 like a transmission from another world. Built on eerie echo, minimal instrumentation, and Essex's hypnotic delivery, it peaked at number 5 in the US and number 3 in the UK.
Go from here, which is the way.
Essex name-dropped James Dean and doo-wop icons like he was mourning an entire genre. Fans still debate what it means.
Hey, shout, summertime blues, jump up and down in the blue suede shoes.
A glam rock tribute? A funeral for the 50s? Essex never gave a straight answer. And while he thrived in the UK, in America, he faded after this one unforgettable hit. Coming up, a friendly little rockabilly tune that topped 2 charts with help from a dog.
If you got a problem, I don't care what it is, you need a hand like a machine.
Number 3, I Can Help by Billy Swan. Simple, sweet, massive. I Can Help was recorded in one take using a cheap organ gifted by Chris Christopherson. It hit number 1 on both pop and country charts, one of the rare crossovers of its time.
The fact that people get lonely ain't nothing new, but a woman like you, baby, should never have the.
During the recording session, Swan's dog reportedly tugged on his pant leg, adding to the charm. And here's the kicker. Elvis Presley liked the song so much, he covered it live.
Don't forget me, baby, all you gotta do is call. You know how I feel about you.
But even Elvis's seal of approval couldn't extend Swan's chart life. He quietly returned to life behind the scenes. Speaking of sweet grooves, this next hit basically invented disco before it had a name. Evolution. Now.
Sitting in the classroom thinking it's a drag. Listening to the teacher rap just.
Number 5, Smokin' in the Boys' Room by Brownsville Station, a teenage rebellion anthem that almost didn't get released. Written by frontman Cub Koda and bassist Michael Lutz, their song captured the thrill of skipping class and pushing boundaries. Their producer thought it was a joke, but a Portland radio station picked it up and it caught fire, eventually peaking at number 3.
Looking in the stalls, no, there ain't nobody here. My buddy Bang and me.
Brownsville Station couldn't match the momentum. Years later, Motley Crue's cover gave the song a second life, but insiders say the band was frustrated.
Smoking in the boys' room. Smoking in the boys'.
They had more to offer, but no one wanted to hear it unless it was about cigarettes and detention. Coming up, a novelty track that started as a joke and became an international martial arts disco sensation.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as.
Number 6, Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas. This was supposed to be a B-side, just filler. Then it kicked the charts in the face. Kung Fu Fighting wasn't just a hit, it was a full-blown pop culture explosion. Riding the Bruce Lee craze and disco's rising wave, the song sold over 11 million copies globally. Rumor has it, Carl Douglas recorded it in just 2 takes, with all those sound effects improvised on the spot. The success was instant, but Douglas never matched it again.
But they fought with expert timing.
Some say he resented the song's novelty label. Others say the industry just didn't know what to do with a Jamaican-British singer in a karate gi.
Into a brand new trip, everybody was kung fu fighting.
Before we go on, what's the weirdest one-hit wonder you remember from the 70s? Drop it in the comments and we might feature it in the next countdown. And now we head into something darker and much weirder. Get ready for the sound that haunted a generation. Number 7. Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield. It wasn't meant to be scary, but it became the stuff of nightmares. Tubular Bells was an experimental track from 19-year-old Mike Oldfield's debut album. But when it was used in The Exorcist, its haunting piano melody became a cinematic legend. The single version hit number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1974 and gave avant-garde music a rare moment in the mainstream. Oldfield refused to play by the rules. He rarely toured, avoided the spotlight, and turned down major record deals. That air of mystery only made the music creepier. Feeling spooked? Let's lighten the mood with a song about summer flings and teenage dreams.
Do you remember back in old LA? Oh, when everybody drove a Chevrolet.
Number 8. Beach Baby by The First Class. Sun, surf, and a complete illusion. Beach Baby sounded like it came straight from the California coast. In reality, it was crafted by British studio musicians faking an American accent. Written by John Carter and sung by Tony Burrows, who already had hits under several fake band names, it reached number 4 on the Billboard charts. Fun fact, Burrows once appeared on Top of the Pops 3 times in the same episode as 3 different bands. This song became The First Class's only hit, but it's still a guilty pleasure for 70s pop fans. Okay, back to something louder. Crank up your air guitar for this next one. Number 9. Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo by Rick Derringer. It still makes air guitars weep. Originally recorded with Johnny Winter, Rick Derringer re-recorded Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo for his solo album and hit gold. The riff, the shout-along chorus, the solos, it was every teenage rebel's dream in musical form. It peaked at number 23, but became a staple on classic rock radio. Derringer later worked behind the scenes as a producer, but some fans say this was his lightning-in-a-bottle moment. One hit, one legacy, and 100 million imaginary guitars played in his honor. And now for a groove that told listeners to chill out and stop chasing shiny things.
Though you may not drive a great big...
Number 10. Be Thankful for What You Got by William DeVaughn. No diamonds, no Bentleys, just real talk. Be Thankful for What You Got blended Curtis Mayfield vibes with a message that still hits today. It peaked at number 4 on the Hot 100 and topped the R&B charts. But it was the lyrics, diamond in the back, sunroof top, that embedded themselves into soul music history.
And sisters, you can still stand tall.
DeVaughn fronted the session himself and didn't even plan on releasing it nationally. But word of mouth spread and the song blew up. He never had another hit, but this one got sampled by everyone from NWA to Ludacris. Next up, a Motown hitmaker steps out from the shadows with a sensual solo track that turned heads in more ways than one.
But we've almost got it made. Now that we've caressed.
Number 11, Hang On In There, Baby by Johnny Bristol. Sensual, smooth, and full of soul. Johnny Bristol had already worked behind the scenes as a Motown producer when he stepped into the spotlight. His debut solo single, Hang On In There, Baby, was sultry and heartfelt, comfort wrapped in silky vocals. It hit number 8 on the Hot 100 and number 2 on the R&B charts. It was a night-late radio staple.
I'm gonna give you more than you've ever dreamed possible.
Rumor has it, Motown execs weren't thrilled when Bristol left the label to go solo, but he proved them wrong, briefly. The follow-ups didn't stick, and he quietly returned to songwriting.
Now that we've caressed.
Let's test your memory. Which of these 15 songs did you have on vinyl, cassette, or 8-track? Drop your answer below. We want to know what your 1974 sounded like. Coming up, a breathless pop tribute to rock history that might just leave your tongue in knots. Number 12, Life is a Rock, but the radio rolled me. Breathe in. Now try singing this without stopping. Life is a Rock, but the radio ruled me is a rapid-fire name-drop marathon. Bands, songs, labels, DJs. It's a music time capsule and tongue twister all at once. Fun fact.
FMM hits a clicking while the clock is clock, a ticket, friends and Roman salutation, render and the tabulation, Carly Simon, I hold the Rolling Stone.
Levine had previously sung the 1969 hit, Yummy, Yummy, Yummy. He basically turned bubblegum pop into an art form. This high-speed homage to music remains their only hit, but what a ride. And now from breathless pop to something holier than thou, literally.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Number 13, The Lord's Prayer by Sister Janet Mead. You've never heard the Lord's Prayer like this. In 1974, Australian nun Sister Janet Mead shocked the world with her rock-infused version of the Lord's Prayer. Electric guitars, a backbeat, and a sincere vocal delivery turned the ancient text into a spiritual chart topper.
Give us this day our daily bread, forgive us our trespasses.
It hit number 4 on the Hot 100 and sold nearly 3 million copies. Some religious leaders reportedly protested, calling it irreverent. Others praised it for bringing faith to pop culture.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Sister Janet didn't seek fame, and she never returned to the charts, but she holds the record as the only nun to chart since the Singing Nun in 1963. And now for something softer and more heartbreaking.
Please come to Boston for the springtime.
Number 14, Please Come to Boston by Dave Loggins. A Traveler's Plea for Love. Dave Loggins, cousin of Kenny Loggins, poured his soul into Please Come to Boston. The soft rock ballad follows a man drifting city to city, begging a woman to join him. She always refuses. It hit number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became an easy listening staple.
You come home to me. She's sitting around and
Some say it was semi-autobiographical. Loggins had been on the road, torn between music and personal life. He never scored another hit,
till they come back around. Please come to
but this song became a go-to for lonely hearts and country folk fans alike. Now for our final track, a heartfelt lie that listeners weren't ready to let go of.
Tell me a lie.
Number 15, Tell Me a Lie by Sammy Joe. Sometimes you just want the truth to wait. Sammy Joe's Tell Me a Lie is a soulful, tender ballad that struck a nerve in 1974. Originally recorded by Lynn Anderson, it was Sammy Joe's version that hit number 21 on the Hot 100 and number 14 on the Adult Contact chart.
Say you're not a married man, 'cause you don't know I saw.
She delivered the lyrics with aching honesty. Tell me a lie. Say you love me. Some say she was going through a breakup during recording. Others believe the vulnerability was just great acting.
'Cause it's on your way. Tell me a lie when you take me.
Either way, this was her only major hit, but it still resonates with anyone clinging to one last hopeful moment.
Tell me a lie. Don't worry about my sorrow.
And that's our list. 15 one-hit wonders from 1974. Some were soulful, some were strange, some were downright holy, but all of them burned bright before vanishing from the spotlight. Which one still lives rent-free in your head? And which one totally caught you off guard? Let us know in the comments. I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive from Retro Rewind.
If I